Hello and welcome back to That Park Place. My name is Vash Guy and here to tell you about 4 train ops at Disneyland Resort. Well, this one's a very interesting one indeed. Why is that? Because this should have happened a long time ago. In fact, 6 years to be exact. Here you go from Walt Disney World News today. Disneyland Resort running 4 trains for the first time in 6 years. Water tower finally fixed. This by Shannon Ace, December 23rd, 2025. For the first time since 2019. Disneyland Resort is running 4 trains at once. That was once the standard, but was suspended due to the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 and then delayed by the New Orleans Square Station fire in 2022. Now we'll go ahead and go over that in just a moment. Let's go ahead and read on. For years, only 2 trains ran at the same time. In late 2023, 3 trains began running simultaneously during busy times. The 2022 fire was centered on the telegraph office, which was ultimately demolished, but the water tower was also affected. The water tower has finally been repaired and can be used to fill the steam engines once again, allowing more trains to run at once. There are a total of 5 Disneyland Resort engines, 5 trains, that'd be the Ward Campbell, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, just off the top of my head, CK Holiday, the EP Ripley, the Fred Gurley, and the Ernest S. Marsh, I believe is all 5 of those. Hey, you know what? I am a train enthusiast just like the rest of you Disneyland folk out there. But this is a very interesting story here because, look, we'll go into the history of it, but the only reason Disneyland exists currently in its current form is because, honestly, Walt wanted a big train set for his railroad. That's what he wanted all of Disneyland for, basically. So to not have 4 trains, as he originally intended back in the day, to be on this railroad right now, that is just appalling. We'll go over the history in just a moment. I understand people are like, whoa, wait a minute, hang on. But just hold on, we'll get to it all in just a moment. Now, here's what's interesting. This fire that they talk about, yes, there was a big fire that took out this building right here. Not the building in the foreground. The building just beside it, along the edge right there, just before you get to the water tower. This building right here is what was unfortunately destroyed. And you might be thinking, well, you lose a building and that prevents train operations from running 4 trains at once? Yes, because that building, now a lot of people say, well, it was just basically a break room for engineers and so forth and people working on the trains. And that might be true. But it also served a dual purpose there. That purpose being, from what I understand, there was a lot of turn-of-the-century era infrastructure to operate railroads and trains and so forth located in that building. And when that went up in flames, a lot of that infrastructure went up in flames as well. And that prevented these trains from running multiples at once. In fact, from what I understand, back when this fire originally took place, there was no lights working, there were no wig-wagging, I guess. There were none of the things that allowed these trains to operate, at least with multiple on the track, because you have to understand, it's like a coaster, right? You have block zones, and you don't want a railroad engine like the Ernest S. Marsh or the Fred Gurley or whatever to come into the block zone of another train because, well, now you risk a collision. So the way they would do it was radio calls and so forth, and for a lot of time, immediately following the fire, that's how they would operate the trains, and, well, they could only operate 2 at once. Then they finally get some infrastructure fixed there. They demolish this building, and, well, that's how they get 3 train ops. But 3 trains is not 4 trains. And there's 4 stations there. Why don't we have four trains? We have 5 engines. We should have 4 train ops. And from what I understand, the water tower also played an effect on how many trains could actually be operating at once. And unfortunately, for everybody who wanted to ride Walt Disney's Classic Railroad around Disneyland as he intended, well, you had to wait a little bit longer than you used to pre-2020. And that's really the really bad thing about all of this is we had to wait so long, 6 years, to finally go back to 4 train ops. And it's just a nightmare, unfortunately, to have to wait that long in order to ride something that speaks to the heart of this theme park right here. But it gets worse than all of this, as crazy as it might sound. If we go to this post here by LMG Vids, we can see this. I was told this was a decision by upper management to cope with demand during lower management apparently is against it. How fascinating is that? It's also a direct result of Disney finally fixing the water tower, which reduces the amount of time they need to refill water at New Orleans Square. As we just went over before, makes sense. But upper management had to make this decision? Apparently lower management didn't? Well, that's interesting. Why would that be the case? Well, I can only suspect that they didn't want to run 4 trains on the railroad ever again. They were okay with 3. Why? Well, it's enough capacity. You got 3 trains. Why do we need a 4th one? And if we run a 4th one, well, that's a 4th engine that we have to maintain on a regular basis, where we could just basically put it in the back and say, hey, we will never run 4 trains again and pay the maintenance fees on this and so forth. We'll just run 3 engines in order to load balance our maintenance schedule amongst 5 engines, but only running 3 of them simultaneously. That's how management works, by the way. And this is how management has worked for attractions and so forth. People wonder, wait a minute, if there are low crowds in the parks, why are attractions have as long a wait times as they do? The reason why is because management has said, hey, we don't need all the trains running. We don't need all the ride vehicles running. We can make do with the minimum amount of ride vehicles. We can have those in the back room waiting if we actually need them, but we'll just go ahead and load balance the maintenance infrastructure that we have amongst a reduced set of ride vehicles, and we can reduce operating costs as a result. This is what goes on all the time, and for it to be happening to the railroad, I am not surprised. But I will tell you, I am very disappointed in that decision. Why? Because it's Walt Disney's railroad, man. Come on. This is the reason. I can't go over this enough. The railroad was the reason for Disneyland's existence, okay? When Walt Disney, this was a bit before Disneyland was even getting started there, before WEI was formed, Walt Disney visits Ward Kimball. And Ward Kimball has this Grizzly Flats Railroad, this kind of full-scale backyard railroad that Walt Disney is enamored by. And it helps cultivate Walt's love of trains. But Walt's like, hey, you know what? I got a backyard railroad, but I want a full-scale railroad. I kind of want what Ward Kimball has. And the only way he can really do that is, well, via Disneyland. In fact, the railroad was so important that the original attraction, as sponsored by Santa Fe, obviously, well, that was actually Retlaw. Yeah, that's Walter spelled backwards, but that was Walt's personal company that he owned and operated. Again, Disneyland was almost like it was a private entity, of course, but it was, a lot of it was owned by ABC. Some of it was owned by the Disney Company, but again, Disney Company, it's public, right? At that time, there are a number of different elements that have their hand in the Disneyland cookie jar. And Walt wanted to separate his most beloved attractions away from that. And one of those was Disneyland Railroad. It was so critical to Disneyland's existence and so critical to Walt himself that the idea that you run this thing without all 3 trains, it's just absolutely ridiculous. It shouldn't have been done, and yet we had to live with it for 6 years until recently, from what we understand, upper management saying, hey, you know what, let's go ahead and activate this. Very interesting, very cool. And look, we have to give them credit for actually doing this. Should it have taken 6 years? Absolutely not. But credit where credit is due, at least we got our 4 train ops back on our railroad after all of this time. Very, very fascinating indeed. If you like this kind of video, guys, let me know in the comment section down below. I love doing historical stuff like this. I love doing the stuff where, I can take you through some of the history of Disneyland or Walt Disney World and walk people through it. I understand a lot of our audience may know a lot of these stories, but some of them I don't think do. And I think it is valuable to pass along these stories while we are still connected through them, whether by books or other types of media that have been produced on this subject. I think it's very critical that we keep passing along these stories and so that this history never dies. Very, very cool stuff. Well, let me know what you think in the comment section down below of 4 train ops after 6 years. Big time stuff right here. If you haven't subscribed yet to That Park Place, what are you doing? You gotta subscribe. We've got videos every single day practically on this channel right here. If you haven't yet hit the like button, go ahead and hit that like button. That would definitely help us out against the YouTube algorithm. If you have any high points, well, we could use those as well, but we'd certainly be thankful for them. And remember, make sure to follow That Park Place for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.